splitting. We have the best team. Thank you, Barbara Beckley, for that. You are a superstar. Superstar. Isn't that how you're supposed to do it? Okay, so we are on hour number 11. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a really great time. So let's get number 11 started.
This is a tour of love, an international event, 36 hours streaming live on the E360 TV platform, beaming the vibe of love around the world to audiences of all ages, all nations, with the intention of changing the way cancer is done. This is the CB4L Buddies Network, and we are healing through connections. So get on the bus, get ready, and let's welcome the tour of love.
I don't know about you guys, but I love that last one. You know, I have to find out what his name is. We've got a few comedy sketches from him, and that, you know, that face, he is hilarious. In fact, Barbara, I don't know if you can pull up any of his schedule or any of his comedy spots. And in the meantime, I do want to share a story. And I'm going to share it right now, and then we'll continue.
Hello, my name is Misty Lane. I'm your Vice President of Chemo Buddies for Life. I'm here today doing PET CT scans for oncology. I'm here with one of my patients, Mr. Delbert, correct? Mr. Delbert. And we're going to talk just a little bit about what it's like to be diagnosed with cancer during COVID. When were you diagnosed, Mr. Delbert?
May the 10th.
May the 10th this year with colon cancer, correct?
Colon and lymph node.
With colon cancer, and I think several of his lymph nodes were also. Three of the lymph nodes.
14,
okay.
I had 14. 3 of them was metastatic cancer, stage kidney disease, and a mass on my left quarter of my kidney. They don't know if it's cancer or not.
Wow. So all this just got diagnosed in May, and you're right smack in the middle of COVID with the isolation, the masks. Yeah. Did you feel safe going to your doctor during COVID about...
I ain't never paid no attention because, you know, a million people die of flu every year, but still.
Okay.
You know, I ain't never had to wear a mask.
Okay, but you felt okay going to your doctor's office, being around other people. Yeah. Okay. How do you feel today?
I don't care if they wear a mask or not, I'll wear it.
You wear yours. Well, that's smart. That's good. Yeah, because you got to protect yourself. So, were you scared when you got diagnosed with cancer?
No, I've been sick since 2017. Everybody kept telling me my health's deteriorating. I need to see a doctor. I finally.
That's okay. Take your time. Take your time. So,
you have to see the right one.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Ain't too good speech.
Right. You're okay.
Anyway.
So you've got a support system in place? Someone that you can talk to when you're feeling down?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's important that you have somebody to talk to kind of bounce ideas when you're scared? Or?
Yeah, I ain't never been married, never had no children. I've been alone.
You've been alone
all
your
my
whole life.
life. I don't consult on too many things.
So are you feeling more alone and isolated now?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's making you more depressed?
Nah, I ain't never been depressed.
Never been depressed? Maybe you wouldn't know it if you were, right? Well, what we are...
I sleep with a clear conscience.
Well, good. Awesome. Well, this is Chemo Buddies for Life. We're a group of people that come together and we try to heal with humor, hope, and heart. It's just a community where you can bounce off of other people that have been through what you've been through. Yeah. So that's what this tour of love is. It's just in support of this nonprofit organization. We're trying to increase our member number, and we're also trying to raise money to make this go more globally out there. I really appreciate your time. Is there anything you want to say to someone that might just now be getting diagnosed with cancer? Anything you want to say?
No, just like I told it, I've been fine for February the 2nd, 2016 for this SSI. Just got approved September the 16th. And that judge asked me if I don't get this, how am I going to
pay for all your treatments.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I told him, I guess I'm gonna hit it head on and see what happens, and he approved it.
He approved your SSI. Good. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Delbert.
Okay. The Blue Bunny. That was the Blue Bunny. And the Blue Bunny, from what I understand, used to be like on TNT network and everything, and did like a Blue Bunny show or something like that. And Shelly Reef, who is our creative director, she knows so many people because of her time on Broadway and everything. And so she's been bringing all of these amazing talents together, and like the one at the end of the little segment that was created by Poe, that like his eyes and everything is like, okay, this is fun stuff, to be working with actors and actresses and comedians and musicians, and all these people that have been in their industry and at the top levels of their industry for years. Or we've got the prodigies that are coming up, like the Brian Thompsons, and Yeah, when I watched that one video that Brian did, he knows how to dance, that kid. And I mean, you're a dancer. You know dancing. I mean, he was moving. He was doing a pretty good job with those guys, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, and I always like that when the person who's like the lead person, the lead singer, or on an instrument, how they like jump in and dance with the dancers and crowd, like on any show, So I thought that was really great.
It makes you like him even that much more. I could tell. Yeah.
And the part where they were laying down, and he was just had his leg crossed, laying down, playing the sax, and then all the guys were laying down and doing different things with their feet and stuff. It was some good choreography.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of the back in the swim days and everything when they did those kind of things, And I mean, to think that they used to take and on big sets they would make pools.
Yeah, the synchronous swimming. I used to do that too. I used to love that. Like I just make up my own stuff. My friends and I, when we would go camping, I would just meet some little girls. I'm like, do you want to synchronize swim with me? We would hold our breath and go under and try to do stuff the same way.
I hear you. Now I'm getting it. Yeah, you've always been an executive producer.
Well, I have actually. But I want to go back to something we were talking about, Tamara. Just kind of jump serious here, just from one moment again. Did you have something you're going to do right now, or can I talk about that?
Okay. No, I actually was going to take us back into some serious stuff. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're on the same wavelength here at whatever time it is.
Yeah.
But so I have a friend, and his wife has gone through cancer, and I have like a number of different things, with my thyroid and a few health things that I'm dealing with. And so I had just basically shared with him that I had gone for my test, and he was just sitting there looking at me, and I said I was waiting for my results and stuff. And so then when I got my results back, I just mentioned to him that I had gotten them. And so he gave me that same exact look that he gave me when I had mentioned it before, because he had shared with me about, how he was supporting his wife and how she still has, from time to time, some things that come up. And, but he just always knows that he's going to be there for her, and just a number of things that we were talking about the relationship part. Right. But going back to his look, he looked at me a specific way, and then he looked at me again when I said I got the results back, and I was, happy at least that I had gone and done that. And so I'm like, I'm not going to say his name. I'm like, what's that look about? And he's like, well, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but, the mammogram really isn't, the be all end all, because my wife had gone every single year. And, for the last 5 years before she ended up being diagnosed, she would go faithfully every year to get her mammogram. But it really is like the ultrasound is what found what was there. And it wasn't that she knew from the mammogram. And so he's saying, everybody should have where that is a part of what you do is you do the mammogram and do the ultrasound. It shouldn't be that doctors only recommend the mammogram. And so I wanted to get your opinion on that, or if there's anyone that's watching that wants to write a comment, because, I do still have like, there's a little pain or a little twitch that I have, but part of it, my doctor had said too, is based on my hormones, because I take progesterone, and that is something, if you don't take it every single day at the exact time of which I probably need to go take it right now, but if you don't take it at around the same time, then that lag can give you breast pain. And there's other medications and other things that can give you breast pain, as opposed to it being that, that there's actually something wrong. But I wanted to just mention that and see if you had any comments on that, about the ultrasound as well as the mammogram.
Well, I would love to see what others say. And again, this is a great question. And to understand what it is that we're doing here, with this give-a-thon and the tour of love is to understand that we are supporting an organization that helps people that are affected by cancer, both the patient and those people that love and support them through cb4l.org. And we support all cancers, all stages. So, and yes, a shameless plug that I am going to be doing all 36 hours is I want people to really think about donating, because we are making a difference. And what I do know is that, number one, I'm not a doctor. And so, I want everybody to know that. And this organization is an organization that is frontline to the actual people, the patient, and those people that love and support them. And our doctors of all sorts of different types have been very supportive of our organization. And I have spent a lot of time talking to many doctors, including mine, who was the one that got me to start to do this. And the answer of that to that question, and that's why I wanted to lay this out, is that there are a lot of different schools of thought when it comes to it, and it really depends on, and it's later hours, so density, and could it be that, what is your body makeup? Are you are you larger, are you smaller, whatever it may be. And there's a lot of school of thought when it comes to the denser tissue, in that to have the mammogram, and there's a couple of different types of mammograms out there, and you need to understand that too. And to have a mammogram alone, there are a lot of doctors that believe that at least every other year you should have an ultrasound too, if you have denser tissue, or if you have family issues or whatever it may be. Again, these are just some of the many doctors that I have talked to over a period of time, and also our buddies, because we talk about these things. Like some people say, oh, what's your sign? And we'll say, oh, what was your pathology report? Oh, mine was HER2 positive and PR and ER negative. Oh, well, what does that mean? And so, and so the school of thought is that, in talking to the therapist too, because there's a lot of therapists that work with these centers, and they'll say, if you're asking the question, then it's worth asking your medical professionals, because and what I have found too in talking with a lot of the buddies is that if they're concerned, it's much better to ask the question and get the answer. And if you have to go and do another test or whatever it may be, to just to then have the peace of mind and peace of body, because sometimes it's the unknowing that can cause more stress, and that more stress can cause more issues, and then it can be a snowball effect. And so there's a lot of I actually did speak with my radiologist, she's one of the top radiologists in Southern California, and her opinion is that when you can go for one of the newer tests that are that will allow for more of a multi-dimensional type of result, that if you can get your insurance to approve it, that's always a great place to go. And then if you are in doubt, if you are concerned, ask for both. Ask for both.
And I think that's something very, very key to talk to women about, is asking. The word asking. I'm sorry to hear you have breast pain. But asking is key. And a lot of times we have where we just kind of go to the doctor and whatever they say is what they say. And then we leave and we're like, I should have asked. Ask.
Exactly.
Have where you go to the doctor with a plan. Have where you go to the doctor with various things written out that you want to ask, and make sure that you ask. Like, this is your time with the doctor. And if they're like, oh, okay, and they're ready to go, it's like, no, I still have several, 2, 3, 4 more questions to ask. And a lot of times we don't necessarily take control of our health in that manner. But you're paying them big money. They make big money, okay, to sit there and answer your questions. So if they have, and this is not all doctors, but some doctors have where they have patients scheduled every 10 minutes or every 15 or maybe even every 5 or whatever, just have all of these different people in. Have where you schedule the time and maybe even tell them ahead of time, I have a number of questions that I want to ask. So if there are other appointments, following mine, maybe, I need to have 2 appointments worth, depending on what your doctor does. But ask those questions, Tamara. That was so good to say that. Ask those questions.
And another thing that my doctor, he actually interviewed with us, and we got it on camera. And the doctor that is in the video that we share all the time, that's my doctor that convinced me to do this. Yes. And what he actually said is not only ask, but record your time with your doctor. And there should be no problem with the doctor. And he said, bring a buddy or 2 or 5. Bring people that are going to help to write notes, help, and so that, because the more support you have, the more that you ask, and have them organized in questions, the more information that you can retain, because no matter how good you are, he said that you need to have it, and so that you can record it, you can go back to it, multiple times. And so then if you didn't get the questions answered, then follow up. And I love what Misty had said before in regards to fax the questions. Fax your doctor. If there's more than one way to get, some. It is our health, and we can take that control. And that part of this mission is all about that, is to say, okay, we're going to take control, and we're going to go up even to Capitol Hill, and we're going to see, why is it that, yes, you guys have the ADA, but you didn't give us a chair because we weren't living right around that time. That was a diagnosis that wasn't so good. Now we are, and yet it's harder for many of us to get accepted into some of the programs because it wasn't written for us. And so to go up at some point in time when we have the numbers, and guys, that's a part of what this is all about. We need you guys to enroll. We need to have our government work for us. We need to be able to educate what it is that we need, because they won't know unless we say something. And we can say something, and we don't have to be, like in their face about it. We can be that it's our bodies and it's our right. And all you have to do, and anybody that's dealing with this subject matter, write this down, guys. Write this down. All you need to do, if you're going to have a meeting somewhere and it's important, and let's say it is a someone in the government or something, I want you to ask this question first. Have you or anyone you know ever been affected by cancer? And close your mouth. And you know what? You've got someone that's listening. You've got someone, and I I have been, as you know, I've been all over. I drive well, when we could, I was driving everywhere. Anybody would call me at the last minute and say, "Hey, you want to scrub a toilet?" And so you can be, come and help us and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm there. If I can get in front of people and talk,
Yeah.
I'm there. Just, and I've driven through the night after being somewhere else, and it's like wherever I could go to talk to anybody. And that's what I would do always. I would ask them, have you or anyone you know ever been
Yeah.
affected by cancer, right? And every single time you see, like, this person cares about me, it's not about what I can do for this person. This person actually cares. Well, yeah, we need to care about each other. We need to hear about each other. And
yeah, and that's what I like about your name, Chemo Buddies for Life. And she said, "I am thankful." It says, "Hello, awesomeness." Yeah, I'm really love Chemo Buddies for Life, because there's so many areas of life that people just don't even think about. Like you hear, oh, that person had chemotherapy, or this person is going through chemotherapy, or they went through that period of their life, as if it's just was like that. But that person, had to have that over and over and over again. And the family units sometimes, can't be there over and over and over again.
right.
And so being able to have that support, and I just even think about me with, the various surgeries that I've had with my fibroid tumors. I had like 50 some of them, and like one was the size of a grapefruit. And just coming out of that surgery, and having to have support. Like my husband wasn't able to, he was able to be here for a certain number of days, but then, there were different ladies that would come and sit with me, or when I was able to start walking, because I was supposed to walk like a half a block or whatever, they would come and walk me, and so just having those people with an organization like this, I mean, I think it's just phenomenal. Chemo Buddies for Life. For life.
Right, for life. We're all about life. Yeah, for life. We're with you for life.
Yeah.
Yes. And I want to recognize Brett Labard. You were missed today, and I understand, not a problem. But one of the trio, we had Renee Reich, and we had Lisa on, and Brett, 3 years ago, it was 3 years ago that in Vegas, Brett came from Southern California with Renee, and then Lisa Brown came from Wichita, Kansas, and we all went to Vegas to have the very first telethon. Brett was one of our very, very, very first volunteers, and so I want to recognize him for being here with us. He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma as a child, and survived. And he and his mother filmed with us in the very, very beginning. Been there since the beginning, and now this young he's like doing amazing things. Like, I think he's still working at the radio station. He's been there before COVID. He was going to the music awards. He was doing all this neat stuff, and going to college, and still a volunteer, and such a support. Yes, you will catch up, my dear. You will catch up. You were so sad. Well, we miss you. We love you. And we know that you're busy, and so proud of you as a young man. He's living up in the Northern California area. He used to live around the corner from me. I used to grab him and go for road trips. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And yeah. In fact, he had an opportunity being a wish kid. He was a wish kid So I had an opportunity to meet Frank Shankwitz, and
cool.
yeah, and go through the whole cowboy hat exchange, ceremony kind of thing, and pictures of it. What a great experience, right? And I'm from 6 children, mother and father, and I am one of 4 of the 6 who has had cancer. Helene, love you. I love you. And I'm so glad that you're with us. And she is always here. She's always here to welcome everyone, our first ambassador of the chat, and to have a lot of fun. Okay, now let me see. We have another okay, yes, we have another video that's ready to go. It's a music video, and we are ready for you.
Sit up at a setting, now you know I'm ready now. Data, can you spend me? Now you know you want me now. With a mind like mine, you can't understand why time just passed. Now the pain inside won't last, won't last, won't last. They say won't last, won't last. I say every day, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you hear me spinning now, spinning now. With the mind going wild, yeah. With the mind going wild. Oh yeah. Now you got me sipping, now you got me thinking, wow, thinking, wow. Oh, it was the story of love, but you knew that this was what it was. So, story of an untold love, untold love, with a mind like mine, with a mind like mine, with a mind like mine, with a mind like mine. Yeah. With a mind like mine, you can't understand why time just passed. Now the pain inside won't last, won't last, won't last. They say won't last, won't last. I say every day, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you hear me spinning now, spinning now. Now you got me sipping, now you got me thinking, wow, thinking, wow. Mine, all the time, you knew with the mind, this pain that hurt inside, but you went and you cried and you lied, but you tried.
Okay, that was Callie Faye. Callie's girl. Callie Faye. Met her in Vegas, and a writer, and just became. She's a publisher now, and she's publishing music and books, and that's an original song, Mermaids. So, yeah. Very fun, right? I mean, and very timely, because the whole thought there and what she really wanted the message to be is that we, again, sharing the love, the tour of love, and that our lives matter, all lives matter, and that and having the kids dressed up in the heroes outfits, you know, in that let's look at how we can all come together with the fire helmet and the police, you know, outfit, and then and how we can have the wings and we can fly together, and then the mermaids idea too. And so excuse me, I want to say thank you to Callie Faye for being a part of the tour of love. There we go. Okay, so now let's see, where's Waldo? Oh. We play all sorts of games around here, and between the purple pin and Waldo, you know, it's never a boring time. Excuse me. So guys, if you want to bring up some I have another one here loaded that they loaded for me, so we'll watch this one, and I'm not sure what it is, but it looks interesting. I love it. Barbara Beckley, I love it. I love it. So the Diamond Factor Experience is one of our sponsors. One of our sponsors that she is fully involved. And may I say too, she's in it for the full 36 hours with me. She was up last year, the full 36 hours, and
wow.
She's back again. And I just want to say thank you. And she has been in the green room area taking care of us this whole time between her and Aaron. Thank you. And we've got Carol Brown Berzins. She also is very much, yes, Barbara Beckley is in the house. You're so right. And Erin, thank you for everything. Erin is a saint. Can I just say, she keeps me going. Like, she'll be like, okay, call me, please. Like, she'll feel it. Like, okay. So thank you for everything that you do, Erin. I appreciate it so much. Yes, she's in the house, but Scooby-Doo is in the house also. Okay, so we are, you can tell it's getting a little late. Everybody's getting silly. Fix a funny commercial with, oh, okay. Yes, we have another, we're having some fun with video now. You ready for another one?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. May I speak to Tamara, please?
Excuse me. This is the Tour of Love call center. What can I do for you?
Me need to talk to Tamara Hunter. It's the Tour of Love. So I'm in need. I mean, my friend told me that this is the place you call if you need love in your life, right? It's the dating center, right? You said the Tour of Love, so I need to speak to Tamara.
This is the Tour of Love call center. Did you want to give a donation?
Tamara, you know, this is nice. Yeah, man, I got on the phone. Them trying to get us right now. Yeah, no, some woman get on the phone. She says they have a difficult time talking to Tamara. I don't know. You know how it is in the States. You know, everybody busy and things like we don't have nothing to do. So I'm just waiting. Oh, I have her now. Tamara's on the phone now. Yeah, man. She looked just as good as she did. Yeah, man. Tamara, my name is Barrington Mixon. How are you?
Hi, Barrington, I'm doing excellent. I understand that you were in Jamaica.
Yes, man. I'm in Jamaica right now. This is my rock collection. One of my jobs is to collect rocks all over the beach and sell them. And then the woman who answered the phone, I thought this was a dating site at first, where the tour of love, where you find love. But she told me that it was a very good cause to take money and donate it for people who have cancer. So I think I can do that. How do I do it? Tell me more about the tour of love.
Well, I'm glad that you're asking. In fact, I'm going to put this on speakerphone. So there we go. We've got it on speakerphone. Now, before, I would like to know a little bit more about you, because it's all about the love in the world and the rocks behind you. I know that our world has so much love in it. And rocks, did you know, I think you may, that rocks have a frequency of their own, and that they inspire us, that so many throughout the world need love more than ever, right?
Yes, yeah, man. We that's why I called you, because that's what I do here, and I'm just really, really, really amazed that there's lots of love here in Jamaica all the time. But when I found out that you're talking about love in the United States, that's an amazing thing. So you're telling me I have an opportunity to help spread love all over the world?
Yes, I am.
Because people just usually come to Jamaica. Now Jamaica can come to the people. Yeah, man, I'm interested in that.
I'm glad, because this happened. It's the love. It's the real love. It's the agape love. It's the higher level love that can change and heal our frequency of the world, right?
Bob Marley said,
yes.
One love. Yes, Bob Marley is my distant cousin from my aunt on my grandmother's side, me and Bob Marley. But them never accept me because I don't wear dreads. I'm a bald-headed Jamaican man, so I'm not easily accepted. So I need love. But what you're saying, yeah, man, I feel the love. Yes, I'm so glad I waited to speak to you, because
we together with the love, your love, my love, and our call center, the woman that you spoke with, our delightful volunteers, everyone, all of our buddies throughout the world, that we together can say, you know what? Cancer, your power's gone. We're kicking it to the curb, and we are now surrounding ourselves with the power of love and education and awareness and so much more that we can put together. The love of friendship, the love of companionship, the love of understanding, the love of unity, and the love that transcends all geographics, all just everything that's been separating us. Love has that power to do exactly what Bob Marley was talking about and singing about. And one love, the tour of love.
I knew. Yes, I'm talking to my cousin.
No.
Yes.
Excuse me, Tamara. You have a call from the president.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I had to bring you. Oh, I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself, Barbara. You can't. Okay, Barbara, you're muted.
He was looking for some serious love there, huh?
Oh yeah, that was funny. I want to talk to Barbara about this though, because she's the one that got this all set up. That was fun.
Every time I see that, Barry, I have to give him so much credit for that accent. Crystal, you'd be like, you meet him, you would never ever think that accent would come out of him.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he said it would be a privilege, and all of a sudden he started. I said, now you got to act a different way. He's like, it would be a privilege, yes, the love. I said, oh no, I create a monster.
That was so fun.
And Tara, she played it so well. I was like, Sarah, you fell into it. I'm loving it. You were just like going with the flow and talking about love and stuff. So yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. I want to thank you for recognizing that we can have a good time and putting something together. And that's what I'm loving about all of this love, is that we are sharing that, yeah, it's all about love. Yes, it is. Okay. And I love Crystal so much that I'm putting myself in the mush pot. There we go. And so, yes. #love and Barrington. I love that. Barrington. And I'm like Barrington. That's right. So Barrington, you know, I want to say thank you for being such a good sport and supporting our organization. And yes, where is that rock loving Jamaican ball man?
Aaron.
You know, and he's a favorite because he comes into the community quite a bit and supports us. I was just surprised that he didn't have his Star Wars poster behind him.
Oh, he wanted to do the rock thing for the Jamaica stuff. So he's like, no, I got to put the rocks back there. I'm like, okay, I forgot you got 5 jobs.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. And also I want to recognize you, Barbara, for you have now gone on the E360 TV platform also with your show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that while you're here?
Oh, well, thank you. Because I know I didn't want to take up, the sponsors hour, but thank you, Tamara. I'm so grateful. This one thing is my mission is to always make sure, because my niche is really helping women, especially women in business, and they're just, really hustling every day. And my thing is to make sure that I call shine like a diamond, because it's Diamond Factor LLC. That's my company name. So I always want to make sure women are shining. So when I got the opportunity and found out about E360 TV, where they reach, a lot, like I think 100,000 a month or something they were saying, estimated, I was like, yes. So when I was talking to Aaron, who's the president over there, I was like, Aaron, I'm loving this. I want to sign up. Put me down for the Diamond Factor LLC, all that good stuff. And he's like, I said, because I have some ideas for some of the people I want to bring on and bring some specialists. He's like, okay, Barbara, hold up. Hold. I was like, what? I can't sign up? I said, I have money. I'll pay. He's like, but you haven't said anything about like you and your show and this and that. I said, well, it's not about me. It's about I'm trying to bring everybody else to get some exposure for them. And he thought that was so cute because he was like, what's wrong with this person? But that's what it's all about. It's just more exposure for them. And that's why I took on and created the show. And I'm telling you, it's been 4 weeks now. And now I understand about working behind the scenes, and really say to everybody that's working, like Carol and Aaron, like you said, all the people, I understand. I understand it is work. And Crystal, for you putting together everybody singing and stuff, I know it's work. I get it. So we appreciate everybody out there that does the sweat and tears. And then Queen down here in the mush, as she calls it, she's been up. The 36 hours is double for her because she's been up before this even started. So I just want to give everybody just so much, just thankful for everything that everybody does.
Absolutely. And thank you very much for that. And I'm going to share why is it that we're all here? And I love this cut that was done by Poe, also known as Skip, for this video. And our dear Barbara is front and center on this one.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been shown that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Chemo Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a Chemo Buddy for life.
We are a Buddies Network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are Chemo Buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for life.
Healing through connections.
And Brett was one of those that was featured in that. And so, you know, I know that you were going to be having you here for a while over the 2 days. Yet, my global summit. Let's talk a little bit about that and I know that we do have a video. I don't know, Barbara's moved on to the next studio, so we'll get that played the next hour. However, my global summit, let's talk about your projects, because you are one of our mainline sponsors now, for all the work that you did putting together that beautiful anthem and song and just putting, you know, the work and love into it.
Yeah, so thank you again for having me be one of the co-hosts. This has been really, really a lot of fun. I know we're not done yet, but it's been really, really great. And it's just great to see all of the love and how you're putting together all of the people that need to be together to help have them as a support to other people. And so people can be support individually, but when you're bringing people together to have organized support, that takes a lot of work too. So I just want to say once again, you know, kudos to you and Chemo Buddies for Life. I just continue to mention how many times, you know, I love the name because it's so powerful. So anyone who's watching, before I talk about, you know, what I do, the purpose that we are here for is to be a support to the support. We have to help them be a help. And your donations do that. Also, if you want to be a buddy, you know, they need more buddies, they need money, they need you in whatever form, you know, you can help, and even volunteers. All of this, as has been mentioned, does not happen alone. And so there's a lot of people working behind the scenes. And it's not just for this, you know, Tamara has, where there's a number of other events and different things that go on. So whether you can be a buddy, or if that's not for you, even if you want to volunteer to help, or if that's not for you, you know, you could give a donation. So I just kind of wanted to just say that in support of what you're doing here. I think it's phenomenal.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you are someone that understands that, because you have been in the giving world, literally traveling all over the world with missions and support. Why don't we talk a little bit about that so people understand you really do know what you're talking about?
Yeah. So yeah, thank you again. So one of the things you mentioned earlier was my global summit. So we are here to have you be great and be heard. A lot of people have greatness down inside of them, and it's just down deep inside. And we are here to help you to get your message out. So there's various types of summits we do. We executive produce them, or if you need an MC, or if you just need somebody behind the scenes to do that. Some of the marketing material, just like we put together the song, we do some of those things as well, whether it's a live event or virtual. And then we train speakers. We train people to be able to do some of the things that we do to help them to be able to do it. If you want to have a radio show, if you want to have a book launch, if you want to have anything related to social media, we help you to be great and to be heard. And so all of the proceeds go towards our nonprofit, Full Color Movement International, and that is to help and support the homeless and families in need, to give them a hand up, not just a handout, but a hand up. And so we've been doing that here in the Phoenix area, in various states, as well as a number of different countries, Jamaica, Barbados, Bahamas, Kenya, Ghana, Senegal, Nigeria. You know, we've been a number of places just really doing what we say, which is a hand up, not just a handout.
And thank you for that, because, you know, and I really did want to focus in on your experience internationally because of what it is that we're doing with the Tour of Love.
Yes.
People need to understand that our program is a program that you can access us anywhere in the world, because we are using the digital platforms out there to be able to deliver this system. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, my original buddy was someone that lived in my general area. Do buddies live in general areas? Yes, they do. However, the thing about it that people that have now studied in NLP or some of these other programs, they can understand that when we can see each other through the camera, mm-hmm. oftentimes, like I've been in your presence a number of times, always love it, always feel like it is a present, it's a gift, you know, to have like, oh, there she is, I'm so excited. and yet, you know, we've also been online so many times, and so now I'm at a point like, did we do that together? I know I saw you rap that the very first time. I know it was together. I know that one. I know where it was and what it was and everything, because it was the very first summit I ever went to. And yet
it was both of our first summit.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And yet now sometimes I'm like, was that when we were in Los Angeles together, or where we were in Phoenix, or was this online, or whatever it may be? And sometimes, and that's the beauty of what we're doing right now with this program, our program, the nonprofit, is that we are gathering together, and that we really do help people to know how much they are loved. And when people come into our community, they're like, wow, I do feel it. And sometimes like that's surprising to them, because here they've been, you know, in their house on the phone looking at whatever it may be, and they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna, yeah, right, you're gonna feel that. And then it's like, wow, that was really powerful. I felt it. I know what you're talking about, and I love it. Junior Geek is having fun. She's Junior Geek because I'm the geek. We have fun. And that's what I love about it too, because you gotta have fun. Okay, yeah. Now we're closing up on this hour. You're joining me for one more hour, right?
One more. Let's do it.
We're in this. Okay, so we're going to be going on to the next studio, guys. So join us. Come on. The water's fine, as they say. Yeah, that's what I've got in my cup.